All right, this is the question number 6 of August 2025. A question being asked on the general average, and then one condition, that is main engine damage and being refloated. So, what is the aspect? What is the implications with respect to general average that is being asked? General average essentials. General average, as we all know, is based on certain essential features, and based on the York and Pope rules, there needs to be a common adventure. The adventure is the ship and the cargo together is exposed to a common peril, and there needs to be an extraordinary sacrifice or an extraordinary expense. This is made intentionally and reasonably for common safety, right? And causation and success. Measure contributed to preserve property, that is jettisoning the cargo or voluntary stranding or tugs, right? Then there is appointment, that is the losses expenses shared among all the stakeholders, pro rata basis. And the examples here are jettisoning of the cargo, voluntary stranding, rule 5. Rule 1 is for jettisoning of cargo as per the general average, as per the York and Tope rules. Voluntary stranding is rule 5. Damage to the machinery bottom in refloating, that is rule 7. Salvage charges, that is rule 6. Wages and maintenance at a port of refuge is rule 11, right? So, like we know, general average, there's a common maritime adventure. There needs to be an extraordinary sacrifice or an extraordinary expense Also, the success or failure of the operation needs to be established. Losses, expenses shared needs to be elevated. Examples: jettisoning of cargo, voluntary stranding, damage to the bottom of the ship, salvage charges, and port dues. The part B is an example given. Grounding has happened. Main engine is used for a head astern. Bearing is burnt. So just general average apply. The answer is yes, normally admissible in general average provided. Right. So if a vessel is grounded and you know that the bearing is going to be damaged, and you are applying an head and astern kick just to save the vessel, just to avoid the rule number uh, 5, like not to be in those navigating waters. So you take this action. So is it admissible under general average? It is saying yes. Intentionally, reasonably use of machinery for refloating under master's order to preserve common safety. See, the order has to come from the master. That is the first point. Second, it is carried out intentionally. Definitely, when the order has come, it is an intentional action. It is a reasonable action. It should be reasonable that you need to use your machinery to refloat your vessel. Okay, and there was no other options, right? The tugs could not come nearby, or whatever the tugs were not the power of the tug was not sufficient enough. That needs to be established. Definitely. Damage: the burnt bearings is a direct consequence of the extraordinary usage. This aligns with York and Pope rules number 7, 6, 7. That is machinery use of damage of the machinery just to refloat the vessel. Right. Rule 5: voluntary stranding and refloating. Such damage is allowed in general average if operation was reasonable and the peril was real. Documentation of the actions, engine logs, orders, and circumstances to support the GA claims. Thank you. I hope this is a very brief answer and it must have cleared most of your doubts whether GA will apply. And I would like you to subscribe to the channel, like and share with your friends who will be giving class 1 exams. And I hope it has helped you uh, in your preparation towards clearing class 1. Thank you very much.